appearances by Ray Zor. He is one of the cornerbacks for Seattle. He was their first draft pick in this last draft. This will be to the outside. That's T-Roy Gaines, and he gets hit one-on-one tackling. Is real good from Seattle there, but it's a 5-yard gain regardless, 2nd and 5.
It's like the real Slim Shady had to sit down there as he put him in the ground.
I knew you were going to go there. I'm not sure how I knew that, but I knew you were going to go there. Taking a look there at Cain Vasquez. He will look to make an impact on this 2nd down play. 10-3. If you guys just joining us, missed a good ball game so far. Not nearly as high scoring as I think you and I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
That's still pretty good so far, to say the least, as that'll be a tackle for loss, a 1-yard loss, as T-Roy Gaines get brought down in the backfield, 3rd and 6.
That's Slim Shady again. He released a new album yesterday. And, he's on a roll.
All right.
You know I had to.
No, you didn't, but it's okay. We'll allow it. Under center is Dazo. Looks to throw, plenty of time to the left, catch towards the sideline, a spin move against 1, but he can't spin move against 3, and it'll be a tackle there. That is a great play. Bishop Warfield, his 2nd catch.
I think it was Cain Vasquez on the coverage there, tried to jump the route, trying to get another pick, but for Seattle, but nothing doing there as they get the 1st down.
Apologies, his 4th catch on this night, so good work from Bishop. His farewell game as a Baltimore Vulture. If you guys are a little bit late, as we actually hit the 2-minute warning. Warfield getting his farewell game here, as he will be retiring from the SFL after this one. And Baltimore has announced they will be adding a wide receiver next week as a rookie from the University of Memphis. Name not to be disclosed as of yet, as we haven't even been disclosed that information. So 1st and 10 for Baltimore. Trips left for Dazo. In the gun by himself as well. Plenty of time. Thrown short. Spin move against 1. Did he get enough? No. It'll be 2nd and inches. And a good play through the middle as they get one of their other wide receivers involved, Mac Chima, who I believe has his 2nd grab.
Yeah, Chima made a nasty spin move. I thought he actually reached the ball over the 1st down marker, but it looks like the refs aren't going to give it to him.
And it's going to be a run from Gaines. He's got plenty of room and a nice hole to get through to give them that 1st down play. To the 23 they go. They're inside field goal range. Try to make this a 2-possession lead again.
Baltimore is running the ball very effectively, and they're comboing it very well with their passing game. Every receiver has gotten at least 2 receptions for Baltimore so far, with only 3 for Seattle.
Good work for Dazo spreading the ball around. Well, the Seattle offense has been a steady diet of the Zach Sandlin show as of right now. That'll be a throw deep over the middle to the end zone, and it is picked off in the end zone. Took a shot. It did not pay off, and Seattle is their 2nd interception of the ball game.
And that was Cain Vasquez. He tried to jump a route earlier, and he actually got it done this time, getting the pickoff.
He had played center field on that, knew the ball was headed his way, and is able to get in front of that errant Jock Luyendula pass. Luyendula with 2 interceptions Dazo with 2 interceptions in this game, and it is 1st and 10 Seattle at their own 20.
Looked like Vasquez just read his eyes the whole way, and Cain Vasquez got his 1st interception of this 14th season.
High formation. Looks to the right, tipped, and it's a tip drill. It'll finally hit the ground harmlessly, but man, that was a little bit scary if you are a Tyrant fan, as that was intended for Tristan Carr.
Looks like Kirby bumped it about 4 times there, nearly had it picked there about 3 times. I was really worried there for Seattle, worried they might have turned the ball over just as they got it.
And especially in that kind of field position, that would have been real rough. Luyendula is in the gun. 5 wide, low snap in the gun, throws short, and did he grab that? No, he did not. It is an incomplete pass, not able to bring that one in, and that is going to be a 3rd and 10 on the horizon for those guys.
Looks like that one was almost picked again. Amon takes flying in. The ball just went right through his hand. He only had 1 interception last year, trying to start off the season with another.
Nick Castle the target on that play, make it 3rd and 10. at the Seattle 20. They haven't really done much. They also haven't put the ball in Sandlin's hands at all this drive. Dula, he's in trouble, moves in the pocket, throws as he gets hit, and it's caught. What a grab over the middle is going to make a new set of downs for Seattle. That had no business being caught by Kirby, but here we are. It's 1st and 10.
That was ridiculous. He was getting dragged down as he just tossed the ball out.
Dula, plenty of time, deep left. That is going to be not good, as that will hit the ground harmlessly once more. Shelzer, the backup, he comes in and is not able to bring it in. It is 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you got to make that catch if you are Smelser there. That hits you right in the hands. You can't let it drop to the ground. And I believe they should have gone to maybe one of their starting wide receivers and tried there.
To be honest, good throw by Dula right in the turkey hole, as it's called before, between the corner and the safety. Plenty of time for Dula. 2nd and 10, deep right side. Oh, it's in double coverage, and 2 vultures had their hands on it. Tony Willis, the notable one there. He knocks it down, 3rd and 10.
That just looked like a bad throw there from Dula. It was just teetering and tottering in the air there, and Willis should have come up with the interception.
No go for Baltimore's defense. That's why he's playing defense, I suppose. 10-3. And from their own 40-yard line, they've moved 20 yards in this drive in now 7 plays from scrimmage. Plenty of time. Deep left side. Dula, it's picked off. His first interception of this ball game. And from the left, it is returned to the 45-yard line. Kaz McFly, your interception machine out of Baltimore.
Baltimore's #1 interception getter on the defense makes another pick. He had 10 interceptions last season, leading the league with 10. And just an amazing player all around. 38 tackles, 12 passes deflected, and 1 pick six as well, and he's off to a hot start.
Kaz McFly also 55 total tackles last season, 38 of them solo. That is exceptional for the cornerback. That's going to be the outside for Gaines. Not much to that, 2nd and 3 as they give it to Gaines there, 7-yard gain.
Keep giving the ball to T-Roy. They're just going to run down the clock here.
Yeah, that's indeed what they're going to do. A little bit of a play set up for him on the outside. It'll be 1st and 10. Baltimore calls a timeout as they're still outside of field goal range. Make it a 1st and 10 from the Seattle 41-yard line.
Yep. Only 1 second. You only get 1 play off here. So they might just take a shot to the end zone, try to get some more points on the board, try to get a 2-point lead going into halftime. 2-score lead, rather.
I wouldn't mind seeing them take a shot here, although Dazzo does have 2 interceptions. He might not want to throw a third before the end of the first half. However, when you have a 10-3 lead, your quarterback's thrown 2 interceptions, you're not doing too bad on the defensive side of the ball. Talking about Baltimore, they will take a shot, though. Hail Mary. Plenty of time. Now he's going to get run out of the pocket. This time he's going to heave it deep right side of the end zone. It's tipped and incomplete. Nothing doing, and that will end the first half of play. I believe Warfield, the official target on it. 10-3, it's a 1-possession ball game in Monument City, Baltimore, Maryland. The Vultures up a score on the Seattle Tyrants as we head into the locker room. Ryan, your thoughts heading into the halftime break?
This game has been defense so far. Nothing too big, no big breakout plays so far. Sandlin's been getting the ball a lot for Seattle. He's doing his thing, and they need to open up the field a little bit more, try to get some more receivers involved. Nick Castle, Tristan Carr still with no receptions so far. And for Baltimore, it has just been, they have been beating Seattle through the air very handily so far, getting 5 different receivers involved. Bishop Warfield in his final game with Baltimore, 5 receptions, 50 yards so far, looking to add on as a last hurrah.
Joe Dazzo leads the Baltimore defense with 4 tackles. That is E.K. Vincent with 2. He leads the Seattle defense. No sacks anywhere on the board so far in this game. Mason Kirby with 2 catches. Junior Seam III with 2 as well. 48 yards from scrimmage for Mason Kirby. Zach Sandlin, your leading rusher after the first half, 59 yards on 14 attempts. He gets his normal workload, and 22 yards on the rush for T-Roy. So good stuff from both of these sides. But if you are Seattle, you got to think missed opportunities, as you had 2 interceptions in that first half that really should have turned into points.
Yeah, they need to be capitalizing on these mistakes that Mike Dazzo is making, and if you keep letting Mike Dazzo make mistakes, get away with it, then you're gonna end up going towards the end of the game without enough points to win the game.
Yeah, that's not going to work if you are Seattle, but we are back and about ready for this second half of football. Chris Curtis and Ryan Caudell joining you in the broadcast booth. Cameron Irvine on the buttons, of course. And then we have our stats guru, believe it is Robert Garrett. It is the stats man who makes us sound way smarter than we actually are. I promise you, as we get things going in Baltimore. Vultures Field as they start circling for the second half of this one. Opening night in the SFL, season number 14, the second of three on FTF this evening. And this will be to the 25-yard line, returned by Nick Castle, and bring out Jacques Luyendula, who has an interception himself. But as you alluded to, he's got to get the other receivers involved.
Yeah, one of those receivers was that returner there, Nick Castle, coming in, the rookie. As a rookie free agent, they need to be getting him more involved, open up the passing game, so that way there's more defenders committed to covering those guys, and Sandlin has an open field in front of him.
Both Castle and Tristan Carr have one target apiece, and that is all, as they have Sandlin in the power eye. He's going to get the ball on first down, going to try to break a tackle. He will get 7 and make it a 2nd and 3 at the 32.
Yep, that is the script so far for Seattle. Feed Sandlin and feed him some more. Keep giving him the ball, and he will keep doing his thing.
Yeah, he's going to keep getting the yards, but as alluded, he had all those yards last season, only 10 scores, and that didn't even land him, I don't think, in the top 5, I believe, for rushing touchdowns last season. And on 1,500, almost 1,600 yards, that's kind of a shock, but it's kind of a testament to Seattle not being able to put the ball in the end zone, and that could come to hurt them this season.
That's right. They like to give Sandlin the ball to drive down the field, and they tend to go towards their receivers a little bit more once they get into the red zone. Those 10 touchdowns that he had, it ranked 9th last year, while his 301 carries and 1,572 yards ranked 2nd in both of their respective categories.
1st and 10 as Sandlin gets another carry to the left side. He will get them a new set at the very least. Running formation here for Seattle. And it'll be Sandlin again trying to find a hole, but Baltimore is going to be smart to this. They will get him in the backfield, make it 2nd and 11 as the big defensive line gets to him.
That was Amon Takes, the inside linebacker, actually making the stop there. And he had 107 tackles last season, and he is adding on to that total here. He is a force to be reckoned with on that Baltimore defense.
2nd and 11. I formation for Luyendula. 7 in the box defensively as they expect to stack the box against Sandlin again. This will be another one. Oh, this one's to the right-hand side. There is a piece of laundry on the field. We'll see what Stripes has to say about this as we await the call.
It's only the 2nd penalty of the game so far. They're playing pretty clean. The first one was just a pass interference. This one looks like a hold.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So that'll push them back a little bit further. Offensive holding is the call. And that is the offensive lineman, 64, one of the backups.
Now here we go. We're going to go 2nd and 21. Hopefully Luyendula can get the ball in the air a little bit more. Need to try to get some big yards so they can get on the board here in the second half.
One possession game. They're not out of this just yet, even with their inability to put it in the end zone so far. Luyendula to the outside, has plenty of green in front of him. Spin move for Castle, his first catch, and he's got a ball that gets him to 3rd and 11. So they're not out of this drive just yet, but they have a long 3rd down.
That's Nick Castle, his first career catch coming in as the rookie, making a good play, but they need some more yardage here on 3rd down if they're going to want to get to the end zone here.
They are 3 for 8 tonight on 3rd down. They would love to go 4 for 9 and keep this first possession from for the half alive. Plenty of time. Line holding up over the middle. That is incomplete. I believe that hit a vulture on the way through. Kazmik Fly in the area. I believe it hit him. And it will be 4th down. Seattle will punt again.
Kazmik Fly trying to make another play, trying to get his 2nd interception of the game. He's off to a hot start, and he's only going to get hotter from here.
10 interceptions last season, already 1 this season for McFly. Has another pass deflect on his resume. This will be a low snap on the punt, but the punt is away. Good hang time on it. Should sit right around the 4-second mark. and it'll be to the 29-yard line, returned by Bolt. We'll be back to the action in Baltimore right after this. This is the Simulation Football League on FTF and 11 Sports. Stay with us. And back to the Monument City, Baltimore, Maryland for week 1 of the Simulation Football League. Back to it. Baltimore with a 10-3 lead. They have the lead and the football as we play with a little over 9 minutes or 8 minutes left in this third quarter of play. 4 on the defensive line for Seattle. And Gaines going to get the first play from this drive, headed in the right direction with a 5-yard gain. Let's take a look at the last time these two teams met. We mentioned it earlier, an absolute shootout between Seattle and Baltimore in the semis last season in the playoffs.
Yeah, this was a huge game for both teams. Zach Sandlin had a huge game, and the tight end for Seattle, Carr, had 2 touchdowns and 167 yards. Just everyone got the ball last time, and it was just a great game for Seattle.
It was indeed, and they finally were able to put the nail in the coffin. 49-47. It was the Tristan Carr and Zach Sandlin show when these two teams
Hmm.
met, because Zach Sandlin, of course, we talked about him earlier, 287 yards in that win. And then when he wasn't running the ball, that was getting thrown over the top to Tristan. So real good work offensively from them, but that's kind of an outlier because Seattle's offense has not really, they've done just enough to win. It's going to be Gaines through the middle, nearly broke it all the way through, and he has a first down out towards midfield. Good work from Baltimore to move the chains.
That was Denzel Maverick making the tackle there, and T-Roy Gaines broke about 3 others on his way there, just slicing his way through. Just an absolute beast there.
Expecting a more of a steady diet for T-Roy Gaines of carries in this second half. He did not have the ball in his hands on a rushing attack very often. When he did, it was pretty effective, but he'll have a chance here on a new first down. Another 5-yard gain for him. His job is pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but it's pretty assigned to him. It is the strength. He's going to bowl through the middle. Not a lot of famous and fancy moves, but he gets the job done for Baltimore.
Yeah, he's like a bowling ball coming through. Like you said, and Seattle is just pinned so far. T-Roy hasn't gotten much done, but he's very effective when he is getting the ball.
47 yards on 11 carries for him, and it's going to be a hit on the right-hand side. He's going to get another one, make it 50 on 12 for him, as it is 3rd and 5.
That was just a nasty hit by Slim Shady, just laying it down on him. That was a great tackle.
So 3rd and a nickel here. 5 in the box for Seattle, plenty in coverage. Trips left. Gaines with the handoff. He's got a first down and one more. It'll be a 1st and 10 out to the Seattle 40. And be careful if you are Seattle here at this point in the game. I'm not sure if bending it but don't break is the right way to play this. They have to try to make a stop.
Yeah, they need to be able to stop this rushing attack. Like you said, T-Roy Gaines getting a more steady diet here in the third quarter. After they opened up the pass game, they are trying to get more rushing yards on the board, trying to wear down the Seattle defense, keep their offense off the field, and get some points as well.
T-Roy through the middle, breaks through one, hurdles another, and gets taken down after a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4 for him. But at this point, you got to stop trading field goals. And Seattle it needs to try to maybe take a risk and go maybe knock the ball out of T-Roy's hands, cause a fumble, cause a turnover, get something done. As you take a look at Vasquez, he has an interception tonight. He would love another here.
That's right. Need to make some stops here. Need to make a big play.
To throw, it'll be Gaines the outside, one-handed spinning grab. He's got a first down and then some and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 26, well within field goal range again for Tarkington, and it'll be a 1st and 10.
T-Roy getting another reception. That's his 8th so far, and they are not afraid to dump the ball off to him, and he's not afraid to get some yards on it. 4.1 yards per catch so far for Baltimore.
Good
And a touchdown.
coordination on the anatomy for T-Roy Gaines, is able to spin, grab that one-handed, able to basically spin in place and not move himself out of bounds. Good play from him there. It's still 10-3 as they have a new set. Trying to get into the red zone for, I believe, the 3rd time this evening. The outside looks to get it towards the sideline. He will. And that will be Bishop Warfield. His 5th catch of this game. Decent output for him. Maybe not what he'd like to do in his farewell game, but his team has the lead, so whatever.
Yeah, if you are a big team player like we know Warfield is, he is not afraid to concede that ball a little bit so that way Baltimore can win the game.
To the outside, Gaines trying to get the edge, has a 1st down, gets through one, but he's taken down by the ankles by that one. That was close, and it's 1st and 10 as they get to the 13.
It was Vasquez making another stop, his 5th tackle so far. T-Roy Gaines tried to get to the outside, getting another reception. Looked like he had plenty of daylight, and Vasquez saved what looked to be a touchdown.
Key moment here for Seattle, as we're a little better than halfway through this 3rd quarter of play. They do not want to go down 2 possessions at this point, but it looks to me like they might have to do that unless things drastically change. Handoff, Gaines is going to get taken out in the backfield. Good play, 3-yard loss as the defensive line gets to him.
Yep, that was number 60, Jukin Rukin, his 1st tackle of the game so far, and that was a good one.
Yeah, needed that. Trying to stop him from gashing that middle. Gaines, most of his damage has come on the receiving side of the ball, but when he needs to, he can also work off the tackles, as he has done. Dazzler to the outside, Gaines is there, has a couple of tyrants getting to him, and a huge hit is going to bring him down. It's 3rd and 10.
That was Cain Vasquez. Oh my gosh, that was a nasty hit there. Just laid him out. I cannot believe it.
Cain Vasquez getting himself confused with Cain Velasquez there, as he absolutely lays a hammer fist on to T-Roy Gaines. In the gun. Looks to throw. Plenty of time. Dezzo has his man up the middle. That is a good grab. It's a 13-yard completion, but not enough to get the 1st down. Daly Holder, his 1st grab in a little while, and it will be a 3-point field goal attempt. It looks like it's going to be that should be a 25-yarder.
Another great tackle there for number 43 of Seattle.
Yep.
Able to hold them to a field goal. I think that they need to concede a little less than this.
This is going to be up and through from 25 for Tarkington. It is 13-3. Baltimore with a 10-point lead in the Monument City. We'll be back right after this. Back in Baltimore, a 10-point lead. It is 13-3. Baltimore over the Tyrants. As we get into the last part of this 3rd quarter of play, Seattle about to get the ball right back here. The left foot sends it away. It'll get back to about the 5-yard line, out to the 15-20. Nick Castle out to the 25, to the 27. They'll mark him at the 26. And that is how that goes. A little bit of trivia for you, Ryan. I keep calling Baltimore Monument City. Do you know who it was that gave them that moniker?
Oh, I have no idea.
former U.S. President John Quincy Adams when he visited
Wow.
or Baltimore called it Monument City. Little tidbit of information for those of you trivia buffs and kings of useless knowledge at home. A little something to take home with you. And this is going to be Lugandula on first down over the middle. That's going to be picked off at the 40-yard line. A juke move, and he's going to get back deep into Seattle territory. What a grab. It is 1st and 10. And that is a big play from Baltimore at the 17-yard line of Seattle. It's Giovanni Bolton.
Giovanni Bolt. He had only one interception rather last season, getting his first already here. Nearly ran that one back to the end zone, if not for a tackle by Luyendula himself. Just a great play for Baltimore, and they are large and in charge.
What a play from Giovanni Bolt. That is about as big a play as you can make. This is a man who likes making plays against the Tyrants. We mentioned last season in the regular season and the playoff game combined, he had a kick return and a punt return touchdown
Mhm.
against this Tyrants roster. He continues to do work against them here as he has a big interception late in this third quarter. That's a run for gains that goes absolutely nowhere. Big hit late. It is 2nd down.
It's like Slyn Shady making another tackle for a loss for Seattle. He's doing great on that front so far. That is his second of the game for a loss, his fourth tackle so far.
Power I. Gains in the backfield, 4 on the defensive side. Looks to throw. Corner route. Oh, it's tipped and incomplete. No go. And that is a real good piece of coverage on the right side of the field. Daily Holder, your intended receiver.
The rookie Razor got a cut of it at the end there. You see what I did there?
Yeah,
Razor?
I,
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw that. Which is funny because I don't see much. So back to it. This is a 13-3 game. Baltimore it's actually going to be Dazzo in the gun by himself, 5 wide. 5 in the box, high snap, looks to throw, left side, caught! And that is a touchdown for Baltimore as they finally punch it in, and they've made this likely a 3-score game when all is said and done.
That's Mac Chima making a great catch there, and an even better throw from Mike Dazzo, putting it right on the money, and Baltimore is looking to run away with it.
They're trying 19-3 pending the extra point. They can go up 20-3 and make it that 3-score game if they can get this to go through. Major points there from Baltimore, taking advantage of the Luyendula interception brought in by Giovanni Bolt. What a throw. Mac Chima might have just possibly put this game not quite on ice, just a whole quarter to go, people. But a good start. Low snap. That's dangerous. Kick is up and on the way. And it is through from Tarkington. So dangerous hold, but it did go through. 17-point lead for the Vultures as Seattle's going to get the ball back. And this is kind of what I was talking about with you and I were talking about off air. And Seattle needs to score points. When they don't score and they have their defense basically try to win all their games, they're in trouble. And this was a team that I spotlighted during the live draft that we had in Boston just this couple months ago. This is a team that very well could take a step back if they can't figure out how to put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, we know that they are able to do it. Looking at that playoff game against Baltimore last season, they are more than capable of getting points on the board. We can't count them out just quite yet
No, not at all.
because of that potential. It's unmatched really throughout the league. They are one of the best teams in the league at getting some points. They averaged 31 points per game last season. That is second in the SFL.
Right. And talking about Seattle, they've scored enough points to win generally, but when they don't score points, they get into some serious trouble. Their defense is, while it's good, is one of those that holds just enough, as Mason Kirby's going to bring in a catch there that gets them at least moving in the right direction. 2nd and 5.
That's right. Seattle defense is a bend, don't break defense. They're only allowing 20 points. Normally that's enough if your offense is able to get it going, but so far nothing has been able to get going for them. Sandlin's doing great, but they have not been able to get downfield.
Speaking of Sandlin, he's got some room to go there, and he'll get out to the 44-yard line. And it is a young season. This is a team that has plenty of time to figure it out by all stretches. But Baltimore has had a very solid game plan defensively against Luyendula as we take a look at Sandlin get through the middle there.
That was a long run from Sandlin there. able to get some really good positive yards there, and he has been great for them. And we'll need to look to see him try to step up here in the second half, try to take the Seattle offense to that next level.
First and 10 from the Seattle 44. It's Dula. Deep over the middle. Is it picked off? No, it'll hit the ground very close. I believe that was Kaz No, it was not Kaz McFly. That was Giovanni Bolt again. And you take a look, you mentioned the rush. Playoff rushing yards for the entire postseason last season. That is Zach Sandlin. He led by a lot. 223 yards above the second, which was Jared McChesney.
Yeah, Zach Sandlin is a force to be reckoned with, especially when it comes playoff time. And he, come the end of the stretch last season, he was doing the most, more than any other running back there. McChesney was second, and T. Roy Gaines himself
Yes.
third.
Yeah, so first and third leading rushers for the postseason in this very ball game. Defensive line shifts right. Sandlin in the backfield for Seattle. Dula to throw, puts it over the top left, and it is going to be incomplete. Make it 3rd and 10. It is Tristan Carr with the target. I believe to this point, he still does not have a catch yet, and that is correct. He only got a couple of targets in this game.
That's right, nearly another interception. I thought they might have been able to come down with that one. And Dula is getting a little bit careless with the ball in Baltimore, looking to swarm on him.
And Vulture's crowd is starting to circle. They want their defense to make a big stop here. 3rd and 10. Only 3 third down conversions so far for Seattle. Dula out of the pocket, gonna heave it across his body, and it's picked off. You saw that coming and developing the entire way, just past midfield on the return. Baltimore turns the ball over again, and a deflating feeling coming out of the offense as Giovanni Bolt picks his second of the game.
His second, only one last season, like we said, and he's already broken that. And he went up the ladder for that one, really reaching, take it out of the air like a strike of lightning.
Wow, crazy throw from Dula. I think I would have probably had one of them to throw it away if I'm the coaching staff, but it is what it is. And now you have Mike Dazzo with a golden opportunity with great field position to possibly put this game, even further out of reach as we just about hit the end of the third quarter. Over the middle, that is caught. First down and more out to the 35-yard line, and that is going to bring us to the end of the third frame. It's 20-3 as Mac Chima brings that one in. Take a look at the reception here from him, and nice open field tackle to try to get him down. But 20-3, the quarter has come to an end. One frame left at the 17-point advantage, but the Vultures knocking on the door as we finish up. Back to Baltimore as we start the fourth quarter of play. 20-3 in favor of the home team, the Baltimore Vultures, in a rematch of the semifinals from a season ago. Dazzo is in a 1st and 10 with 5 wide to start the fourth quarter, looking to take a shot on first down. I guess they're in a place where they can afford to. Deep over the middle. That's going to be a grab. Wow, lapse in coverage over the middle of the field. 1st and 10 Baltimore as they get inside the 13-yard line. It's the farewell tour for Bishop Warfield.
It was Bishop Warfield's biggest catch of the game, and he made a big one. And these slants that the Baltimore has been running is just tearing up the Tyrants. They have no answer for it, just beating the zone very handily for Baltimore.
Something about it. The Bishop Warfield nearly caught the referee in a rough and awkward position there as he had to worm his way out of trouble. That was kind of weird. 2 to the left, 1 to the right in the gun with him is T. Roy Gaines. Low snap, plenty of time. Throwing on the run. Did he get it? He did to the no, it'll be incomplete. To the 13-yard line is where we will go again. It was Vasquez with the play on it.
Yeah, I thought he might have been able to come down with it. Looks like that was Mac Chima not able to make the grab, and Vasquez able to rattle it loose and maybe try to hold this Baltimore offense to a field goal, if you're lucky.
Under center is Dazzo. Two in the backfield. That's going to be a Gaines run through the middle. Does he have room? He does. T-Roy Gaines bulldozes his way through to a vulture touchdown.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missed tackles from Seattle, and T-Roy Gaines just blows right through him. What an absolute monster as Baltimore takes a commanding lead here.
Good performance offensively from Baltimore as they continue the balanced attack. Everybody on their offensive star list has a catch at least, if not a run, and T-Roy Gaines has his second touchdown, one passing, one receiving in this football game so far. As extra point about to get lined up here. Left-footed kicker Shark Tarkington. Snap good, hold good, kick up and on the way, and it is a 27-3 ball game. 24 points the deficit as we're early in the fourth quarter. Seattle doing all they can to keep up, but have failed to put the ball in the end zone to this point.
Yeah, they are running the ball really well to Sandland. T-Roy Gaines and Sandland both having 71 yards on the day so far, but Baltimore has been able to get into the end zone more because of that potent passing attack.
Don't forget, if you want to be one of the players on this field, you can join the Simulation Football League and be one of these players making an impact at simulationfl.net to get your journey in the SFL started and get you from couch to field. First and 10 for the Tyrants as they have the ball at the 25. Nick Castle on the return. Had a decent returning day for him so far. He has one catch in this football game. It went pretty well for a 10-yard completion, but not much other than that on just 2 targets.
Yeah, Nick Castle's not getting involved much, but the big shocker for me was Tristan Carr. He had a huge game against Baltimore last time, but he is just not finding his seam like he used to be.
Quick throw, Liandula, quick 3-yard gain, and that took all of about 2 total seconds for that play to develop. Mason Kirby on the catch at least gets the completion, not much more than that.
It's like Kaz McFly just pushing him to the ground like it was nothing, and looks like Kirby was a little bit off balance on the catch and just not able to get much there.
17 rushes for 71 yards for Zach Sandlin. This will be number 18 here off to the right. He's got some room to go, and he cuts through the hash marks and gets a good piece of work going. It'll be to the 42-yard line. It'll be first and 10.
That was a really good run from Sandlin. He's doing the best that he can so far, and looks like the Baltimore defense just couldn't keep up there. Mows down some guys and eventually able to go down, but not after he took the first down from him.
Take a look at junior senior the third, looking for him to step up as well. Seattle trying to make a game of this, but they're in a tight spot currently. Sandlin is the deep back in the eye. Handoff, trying to cut through the tackles, and what a hit. Looks like he got clotheslined behind the line of scrimmage, and what a hit that was. It'll be a third down after a monstrous jump by Joe Dazzo.
Joe Dazzo has Zach Sandlin's name this game. He has been making tackle after tackle of Sandlin, and he just sent Sandlin right into the ground there like it was nothing.
See what they can do. Second and 11. Liandula sees something. He's going to call it out. 7 of the box defensively in the eye. Handoff instead. Sandlin through the middle, breaks one, doesn't quite break the second. And it will be a 5-yard gain, make it third and somewhat manageable for Seattle. They have not been great on third down in this game. They have 3 total third down conversions, to my knowledge, in this football game. So they are in some dire straits there.
Yeah, 3 conversions on 10 attempts, only 30% so far. Meanwhile, Baltimore, 7 conversions on 10 attempts as well with a 70% completion rating there.
Plenty of time. Liandula finds his man, and over the seam, he will find a completion. First and 10 at the 37-yard line as Liandula puts it right over the top.
Yeah, he finds his man Mason Kirby there up the middle, and that's exactly what the Seattle offense needs here. They need to open up the field, get down some more. You are down by 4 scores here with 8 minutes to go. You need to be making some huge plays.
Yeah, got to get something done. Could be 3 if they get all 3 2-point conversions, but that's saying something. And off Sandlin has some room off to the right, trying to cut the edge, and he will get beat to that edge. 2nd and 7, and it's only a 3-yard gain for him.
Yeah, not much doing there on the run. And if I'm Seattle, I just don't like that play call. You need to be getting the ball into the air, get some yards, get into the end zone, something.
Trying to find some semblance of momentum. Trips right, one to the left. In the eye, plenty of time. Throwing left, and that's a catch and a first down. So they have the first down in a while. Senior the third's going to bring that one in, 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 22.
Finally getting junior, senior, the third back involved. I think his first catch was in the first quarter, and nothing since then until there. Joe Dazzo nearly got a hand as that ball was in the air, but not quite able to take it down.
Under center. One more time for Lugandula. Stacking the box defensively against Sandlin, as it looks like Baltimore is expecting that's where it's going to go. They'll send 4. Lugandula to throw. Time over the middle, and it's nearly intercepted. Receiver had no idea it was even coming, and the lineman drops back into coverage, nearly makes a play.
That was number 91 for Baltimore, the backup, Jawan Bates. He had a play earlier that he made, saved a touchdown, nearly had a pick.
Seattle trying to get themselves their first touchdown of season 14. Baltimore firmly in control at this point, but Seattle knocking on the door a bit. Sandlin trying to run through the middle. He'll get through the hole and get 3, make it a 3rd and 7. They're at least on pace to get some points and maybe get at least double their score output for the day. But it's been tough sledding for Seattle against this Baltimore defensive line.
Yeah, it is not much. The Baltimore defense is not letting much go through, and Sandlin, he has been doing well so far, but at this point, if you're not trying to throw the ball, you're just giving the game up.
Lugandula to throw. Over the middle, trying to cut the angle and nearly had his target. But that is a great play from Himes to jump that, deflect the ball to the ground. 4th and 7, and might be the field goal unit here. They may try one. They may try one, though.
Marvin Himes, the rookie coming in as a free agent, able to get a hand on that ball and forces the kick from Whistle.
Okay, so you kick this. If they make it, everything from here on in needs to be touchdowns.
Yep, that's right. It's just a 3-score game after this. 21 points that they need to get in 6 minutes, and Whistle is the only one that's showing any forms of positive production in the points department so far.
36-yard field goal is up and through, making it a 27-6 game. As we will take a quick break, 27-6 in favor of Baltimore as they get the ball back here with the SFL on FTF and 11. And back to it. Seattle about to kick the ball back to Baltimore as Baltimore trying to ice this game up. About 6:14 left here in the 4th quarter of play. In the broadcast booth, Chris Curtis and Ryan Caudell with you. Robert Garrett's on stats as well, making us sound smarter than we actually are. That's going to be a return back to the 32 from Giovanni Bolt, as we'll have Mike Dazzo come back out. So you're asking yourself, you've tuned into FTF, you've tuned into the FTF Next app, and what is the Simulation Football League, you might ask? And what it basically is, it's the first controllerless esport. These teams owned by individual members of the SFL community, and the submit a game plan each and every week for each and every game that's played before the sim takes place. And each member, there's members in the chat, there's members on the field that are represented by real people in the chat. As you see, Daily Holder with a catch, they get their name in lights. They get their names called out. They get to represent a player on this team. And so, if you want to be a part of it and go from couch to field, I invite you to go to simulationfl.net, start your SFL journey, and you could be one of the names that we are calling out each and every week in each and every one of these games. Very, very tight knit community. It's like a family here in the SFL. We invite you to be a part of it. As we go, it is a 1st and 10 for the 46-yard line of Baltimore, and Gaines going to get a run up the middle. Midfield is where he will head, and it is 2nd and 6.
If I'm Baltimore here, I just want to keep feeding T-Roy the ball until the clock runs down. You need to be able to just finish out this game real easy. Can't allow for any surprises. Can't allow this Seattle defense to have even a chance to come back.
Shout out to one of the guys in chat, Mike Improda. He was at the live draft that we had this past December in Boston, Massachusetts. He got his name called while he was there in person, and what an opportunity that was to be able to meet him and a lot of other members of the SFL community. Who, of course, #1 overall pick Johnny Pickler of St. Louis. He was able to get interviewed, as was Improda, during that live broadcast. That was a lot of fun for those that were a part of it, whether you
Oh yeah.
were at the place of venue or if you were in the crowd or watching at home. We appreciate you being a part of that. Something one of a kind for the SFL, and hopefully not the last one that we do. That's going to be to the outside. Good grab as Dazzler's going to wing it out to Daily Holder. It's 1st and 10 at the Seattle 36.
I do love me some Mike Improda. The London Knight fullback got drafted this year, and he already made an impact in the preseason. He is a
Yep.
beast here.
Oh yeah, and he was with the Chicago Wildcats. Is who he got drafted by. Talking about Improda.
Whoops.
So
My bad.
loved meeting him. Loved meeting him. He's a good
Great
dude.
guy.
Yep. I mean, other than the other New England team jersey he was wearing, which I mean, I guess when you're in the home state, it kind of comes with the territory. Dazzo to throw on 1st down, out to Gaines. It's going to be right side, and he's going to get hit like a truck at the 28-yard line by that was Vasquez again, and that'll be 2nd and 2.
Yep, they are just running down the clock here. Keep it going. Keep them off the field. And this Baltimore offense has done an amazing job so far of just scoring. And the Seattle defense and offense just doesn't have an answer for it.
Mike, I see you in chat. 27-6 Baltimore over Seattle. Don't forget, this is only the second of 3 games tonight. This is at 9:30 Eastern, Arizona's first SFL franchise game. That is coming your way next on FTF and Twitch. They travel down to Houston to play against the Hyenas, which is really a fun situation. Eddie Gage, owner of the Arizona Scorpions, he was also a former member of the Houston Hyenas. So that is going to make an interesting dynamic, an interesting situation for sure. Should be
Playing
a lot of
against his
fun on that call.
former team there. That is not an easy first task to go up against, for sure.
I formation for Baltimore. Plenty in the box defensively for Seattle as they try to get some kind of stop. Baltimore's crowd been lively all night long. We see you in chat as well. T-Roy Gaines been chilling in chat, seeing his guy do work, and he's got a chance here. And it'll be 4th down as they can't quite get where they need to be. Their inside field goal range could go for a 47-yarder here to try to make it a 24-point lead again, and likely to see Shark Tarkenton back out on the field.
T-Roy Gaines hearing his name and Slim Shady himself saying, "What? My name is."
Stop it. Get
I
out.
had to do one more. That was my last one, I promise.
Get out. Yeah, the last one with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in the game. Everyone say bye to Ryan. No. From the right hash. 47-yard attempt for Tarkington. Kick is up and on the way. It's a good one. And it is right through. No issues. So a 30-6 lead for the Baltimore Vultures as they look to continue to roll to what likely will be a week 1 victory. And Seattle needs to work on getting something set up for the next game. But a lot of fun to be had during this SFL season number 14, just getting things started, and looking forward to seeing what the rest of the season has in store.
Yeah, that Shark Tarkington field goal was no baby shark. That was a big mama shark, big daddy shark there.
Oh, stop it! You're getting on my pun level, and it's crowded up here at the top. Okay, so we're gonna need to simmer down. Okay. Nick Katz looking to return it back to the 21-yard line. 2-minute warning upon us in the fourth quarter. 30-6 Baltimore as we get down to the final moments. SFL presented by FTF and 11. Back in Baltimore, 30-6. The Vultures have the lead, 24-point advantage over the other finals participant, the Seattle Tyrants, as it'll be a chance for Leon Dooley to try to redeem himself for stats. Tip drill and incomplete. That was dangerous. It was Senior the third with the attempt. Something to mention for next week, these two teams have games, obviously. Baltimore will travel to Mexico City to play Ramos Lynn and the Aztecs. And then on the other side, taking a look at Seattle, they will have a rematch with the world champion Denver Nightwings. That will be interesting because there's a chance, and I'd say it's a good one at
Hmm.
this point, that both of those teams, Denver and now Seattle, will be at 0-1 headed into week 2. So it's very interesting dynamic going into the second week of the season.
Certainly no one expected that coming in. Seattle ranked 2 in the power rankings, and Denver coming fresh off a championship. Who would have thought?
Who'd have thunk it? And I guess that's that champion's schedule that they have to worry about, is that will
Right.
be a tackle for loss on the completion, 3rd and 12 after Sandlin gets taken down behind the line. So the work of Sandlin, he's been pretty good. He hasn't
Mhm.
quite been Zach Sandlin from previous. He's had a couple of nice runs, but really Seattle has had a hard time getting him completely going and opening up the middle of the field for Jacqueline Dula.
And I don't think that it's much of Sandlin's fault. He's been doing good. He's had some good runs, run some guys
Oh,
down, and
another!
Luyan Dula has been the
Is
kryptonite
that who I
here.
think it is?
That
Is that
is
Kaz
that.
McFly?
Oh no, I think that was Tony Willis on the
It
stop.
is Tony Willis. You're right.
Ah,
You're right. So I thought it was Kaz McFly, but either way, Willis with another interception here. That is Leon Dula's 4th of this football game. And what a grab it was, playing center field over the middle. And don't look now, but again, Baltimore has a chance to lock some more points in.
yeah, Baltimore. They could get some more points. Get Shark to maybe kick some in. But if I'm them, I wouldn't want to rub it in too much. Just kneel it
No.
down. Don't get too crazy. You know.
Yeah, no need to. I completely agree with that. Got about 100 seconds left in gameplay for this football game. Power eye for Dezo. Hand off to Gaines. He'll put it up the middle for a couple of yards, and it'll be a 2-yard completion. Seattle takes one of the remaining 2 timeouts.
Yeah, just got to wear down the clock here. Not too much to go. Baltimore able to put together a great game so far, or altogether, really. Bishop Warfield coming off on his final game as
Yeah.
a Vulture in the SFL. In general, 7 receptions, 76 yards. Just put in some work here for the Baltimore side.
Yep, absolutely. He's been good. He's been steady, if not great, for him. That's a good compliment. That's going to be a nice hit on T. Roy Gaines, as it'll be a 3rd and 7. But definitely, Baltimore going to get a chance to say goodbye to Bishop Warfield in the Discord and in the locker room. Good on him to stay with us as long as he has, and good luck in whatever it is you are going to be doing next. So thank you for your time as a member of the SFL family. And we'll see what Baltimore has for us. They've promised good things out of this rookie out of the University of Memphis next week. We still do not have a name on that. So that news broke earlier today. It was one of the members of the Vultures reaching out during one of our production meetings, and that is going to be 4th and 6 as we come down to the final minute of play here. Don't forget this Vulture squad. They go into next week against a Mexico City team. Mexico City, a champion in their own right in season 9. They're a team
Hmm.
that is there year in and year season in and season out towards the postseason.
Yeah, they are a strong team, a force to be reckoned with. But if Baltimore can put on any display like they did this time, then they could be good. It'll be a great game for sure.
Yep, that should be a lot of fun, no doubt about that one. And then, of course, it's that's going to be a kick that's going to be up and possibly good. It is a 33-6 lead for the Vultures as we come down to the last 40 seconds or so. Shark Tarkington with, I believe, now his 4th field goal.
Yes, I
Yes,
think
that might be third. Might be his 3rd field goal. That's his 3rd. Yeah, because they have 20. I don't
I
know.
think
Either
that's
way, math
4.
is hard.
That's 4.
That's fine. Yeah, 4th field goal. You're right. So that'll work for him. 33-6. Tarkington gets himself on the board once more. So give Seattle back the football. They'll have a chance to work it down with about 50 seconds left. Some stat padding time for those guys. It'll be returned from 5 yards deep in the end zone for Castle. Chance to move it out. He's going to get back to the 22-yard line. And again, they're waiting for us over in Houston, Arizona, and the new look Scorpions, the new team on the block in the SFL. They go up against the Houston Hyenas for their first matchup in official gameplay. That should be a lot of fun to see. And it'll be coming your way after things conclude here in Baltimore, which in just a couple seconds' time. For single back formation, Sandlin back there. William Doolittle throw, gets it outside of the check down. Not much to that. And the Vultures have been circling all night long, and every ball carrier just not letting anything happen. The defense making a statement in this game.
Yeah, the Baltimore defense has been lights out to a very,
Oh, how
very
about that?
Seattle offense, and that one was nearly intercepted again. I didn't quite see who got his hand on it there.
That was 33
Uh,
for the Vultures.
yeah, that was Felix Maryland getting a hand on it. Just everyone getting taken apart here in this Baltimore defense. They have been lights out so far. A team that
Yes.
coming into this, they were 7th in the league in points allowed per game, 11th in the league in yards allowed. So I figured Seattle may be able to get something going against them, but they have